20 years experience with roofing products, procedures, and maintenance is now available to RV owners through Rudy, the Dicor RV care expert. RVers have a big investment under their roofs, and Rudy's there to make roof care easier and friendlier. It's part of Dicor's commitment to all our customers. See more at dicor.com/Rudy.
Sherm Goldenberg, RV Business with Tom Walworth, President, Statistical Surveys, Inc., and Scott Stropke, National RV Sales Manager, Stat Surveys. We're here at the RVDA Con Expo in Las Vegas at Bally's, and we're here to talk about, really, in my mind, the numbers, the year coming into the home stretch, and and I think we all have a general sense that life is pretty good, but why we're here is asking you, what do you see here in early November of 2015?
I think the market looks pretty good. Scott's going to comment on the national numbers. He has RV trailers and motorhome report numbers that he can give you on that, and then we'll talk about some inventory issues on that.
If you had to put things in a general term, pretty good. Market look good. I mean, business look good.
Yes, I think the business looks very good. What we're having right now is the retail is maintained strong, and the wholesale has just pulled back a little bit, which has led to an actual inventory decline, which is actually good for the industry. Scott, why don't you talk about the retail for a little bit?
Well, retail is absolutely humming, Sherm. Towable's up just under 16%, and motorized is up just under 16%. And as you talk to dealers, while they're a little cautious, the retail numbers just keep pounding through. I mean, there's nothing at this point that's bad on the horizon.
In all fairness, dealers always a little edgy this time of year.
I actually like it when dealers are edgy because, a long time ago we had this article, Tom and Scott on the Lot, where we talked about the size of the shrimp. And when the size of the shrimp in Louisville are big, that means the industry's doing well. Well, when the industry get there, people start getting a little careless. We don't want people careless. We want them to still be cautiously optimistic.
All right. Take me to the next level of this conversation as to what you're seeing on a more micro level in the market right now, whichever of you would like to take me there, in terms of inventories, in terms of however you view things.
Well, inventories right now, we had last year, let me just take a look at the numbers here. On the motorized side, we had 31,000 units retailed in this year against 31,000 units wholesale. So it's about a 400 unit gain in inventory there. But on the trailer side of the world, we had about 249,000 units retailed and 222,000 units shipped, which is an 18,000 unit decline. So with that decline out there, that's where we're seeing it on the towable side. But in the motorized side, it seems to maintain in itself as well. So again, I think that's a number of things happen. I think in 2014, the dealers ordered heavy at open house because of the perceived shipment problem they're going to have, bad winters coming up, things like that. And they had a lot of product on the ground. They worked through that product, and they are, the retail has just continued to burn through it. The wholesalers, is slowed down a little bit because I think dealers are saying, okay, we're going to set back, and I think that they're going to do a two-stage buy this year. They bought at open houses they have for the last few years, and I think you're going to see a surge at Louisville that we haven't seen for a while because the dealers aren't concerned about getting product in, and that kind of gives them a little bit of a window to restock again after the initial spring shows come through.
Scott, what would you have to add to that? I have a question if you don't.
I think he nailed it all. I can't add to it.
Your comments then on Louisville itself. Do you share his view that the show more than likely should be a pretty good venue?
I think so. And talking to dealers, as Tom pointed out, I think where last year everybody bought at open house, I think a few dealers or a percentage of dealers, they're holding off a little bit till open house. So I think we may see more buying at Louisville this year.
I'll go to one fairly sensitive area, the open house itself. I hear, and I tried not to read too much into it, that that the open house sales-wise wasn't quite what it was the prior year. I'm not sure what's with that, whether inventories were a little rich going in, or your comments about the prior year and maybe expectations out of order. What are your thoughts on that, either one of you?
I haven't heard that that open house was a negative. I just think that it wasn't as big or maybe as hoped to be larger than it was previous year. Open house, I haven't heard anybody complain about it. I think it was a good show for them, but I think the dealers probably held back some of their buying to come into Louisville with.
Final question. 2016, based on everything you're seeing, based on your comment, you don't see any ugly economic skeletons, et cetera, et cetera. Well, what are your thoughts on the year ahead?
Well, most people have a perception that during election years, RV industry goes down. That's not the case. So next year is going to be a election year. Unless something crazy happens in the world, the RV industry should keep humming.
Curtin, I'm on the marketing panel with Dr. Curtin for RVIA, and we forecast the market this year to do 380,000. We'll probably come in at about 377, which is up over 360,000 the year before. And the next year, they forecast for us to be around 390, 92. We'll probably come in about 388. So continued growth in the industry. Dr. Curtin has not seen a pullback at all. I'm with Scott. I don't see anything that would be negatively impacting this industry unless it's international.
Gentlemen, thank you very much once again.
Thanks, Sherman.
Thank you, Scott. See you at Louisville.